Have you ever wondered what is inside a smart home device, a robot, or even those fancy LED displays you see at concerts? Well, chances are someone built the first prototype using Arduino. Yeah, this tiny little board has powered thousands of creative ideas around the world, from interactive art to weather monitoring systems, robots, and even wearable tech. Welcome back. This is video 2 of our 24-part Arduino for Beginners series. In the last video, I introduced the course, explained what Arduino is and why it's such a great tool for makers, students, and hobbyists. Today, we'll dive into the story of Arduino and explore some real-world projects you can actually build with it. Sound good? Let's jump in! Our story kicks off in the early 2000s in a small Italian town called Ivrea. At the time, a place called the Interaction Design Institute Ivrea, or IDII, was offering a 2-year graduate program in interaction design. Basically, they taught students how to create products that people could use more easily and intuitively, combining creativity, electronics, and design. But there was a problem. Back then, electronics prototyping tools were expensive, complicated, and not beginner-friendly at all. The popular option was something called Basic STEM, a microcontroller platform from a company in California called Parallax. It worked, but it had some big drawbacks. It cost around $100, which was too expensive for students. It didn't work on Mac computers, limiting who could use it, and you needed a pretty solid knowledge of electronics just to get started. One of the professors at IDII, Massimo Banzi, knew there had to be a better, simpler, and cheaper solution. Around that time, Banzi's friend from MIT had created a beginner-friendly coding language called Processing, designed to make visual art through code. This sparked an idea. What if they created a similar tool but for microcontrollers? Enter Hernando Barragan, one of the Banzi students. Barragan developed a solution called Arduino, an open-source electronics platform with a ready-to-use circuit board and a simplified coding environment inspired by processing. It was a massive improvement, but Banzi wanted to push the idea even further. So, Banzi teamed up with David Gutierrez, Tom Igo, and Gianluca Martino to create something even more affordable, flexible, and open. They wanted it to be open source, so anyone could use, modify, and improve both the software and the hardware. To make this possible, they used a Creative Commons license, which was usually reserved for creative works like music, writing, and photos, but they applied it to hardware, breaking new ground. They set a target price of around $30, roughly the price of a pizza back then. They built a board using accessible, low-cost components like the ATmega 328 microcontroller and designed it to be plug-and-play, meaning you could just connect it and start experimenting without needing a deep background in electronics. In 2005, after months of development, the first official Arduino board was released. At first, it was mainly for Banzi students, but since it was open source, word spread online fast. Without any advertising, it caught the attention of not just engineers and programmers, but also artists, educators, hobbyists, and do-it-yourself enthusiasts. The Arduino community exploded, and a whole ecosystem was born. Let's quickly recap some key milestones. In 2002, the problem is identified at IDII. In 2003, Arduino is created by Hernando Barragan. In 2005, the first Arduino board is launched. Late 2000s, Arduino started appearing in classrooms, makerspace, and hobby projects worldwide. Today, it's a global platform with dozens of boards, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth options, and an ever-growing ecosystem. So where is Arduino used today? Honestly, everywhere. Here are some modern, real-world applications you might not have thought about. Smart homes, do-it-yourself smart door locks, automated lighting, and custom voice control appliances, wearable tech, fitness trackers, heart rate monitors, and even interactive costumes, robotics, line-following robots, robotic arms, and self-driving miniature cars, weather stations, collecting data like temperature, humidity, air quality, and even UV levels. Agriculture, automated irrigation systems and greenhouse monitors. Entertainment, LED displays, MIDI controllers for music and escape room puzzles. IoT, Internet of Things, connecting sensors and devices to the cloud for automation and data tracking. If you are a beginner, you could start small, like building a traffic light simulator or a temperature sensor that lets you know when your room is too hot or cold. And the best part? You don't need to be an expert. Arduino makes even complex projects feel approachable. Over time, Arduino boards evolved from the original Arduino Uno to more powerful boards like the Arduino Mega and the ultra-compact Arduino Nano. The newest Unos even include built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, opening doors for more advanced IoT projects. Because the hardware is open source, companies worldwide can manufacture Arduino-compatible boards and accessories, creating a massive thriving marketplace of sensors, screens, motors, displays, and more. Even though Arduino is mostly used for prototyping and learning, some people have pushed its limits. For example, Mariana Conde Calabero built a fully functional 3D printer powered by Arduino. Max from the YouTube channel Max Imagination created an FPV racing drone using Arduino components. That is the beauty of it. Whether you are a student, artist, maker, or engineer, Arduino gives you tools to create something amazing. And speaking of tools, a huge thank you to DF Robot, the sponsor of this course. They kindly provide me with the Mind Plus Arduino coding kit we'll be using in every lesson. It comes with 18 sensors and modules, plus all the accessories you need to follow along without the hassle to hunting down extra parts. If you don't know them yet, DF Robot is one of the best online stores for open source hardware and maker tools. From motors and sensors to development boards and kits, they've got everything you need to bring your project ideas to life. Whether you are a beginner, a student, or a seasonal maker, DF Robot is a great place to shop reliable, affordable, and maker-friendly products. If you want to get the most out of this course, I highly recommend grabbing the Mind Plus kit for yourself. Big thanks to DF Robot for supporting this series and helping make this possible. Alright. That wraps up today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed this little journey into Arduino's backstory and saw just how much potential it has in the real world. It's crazy to think a small project in a tiny Italian town became one of the biggest forces in electronics education and prototyping. In the next video, we are getting hands-on with the environments we use to program our Arduino boards. I'll introduce you to the Arduino IDE and Mind Plus, show you how to set up everything and get your first code running. You don't want to miss it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next class very soon.